Folks, this is ioEther, and we're back playing some more World Tanks. So, as you can see, this is Ash playing his E-100 on Sencond Valley, obviously a tier 10 game. Now, before we get into it, since I got harassed for putting up a T71 thumbnail yesterday for a AMX 12T game, first off, I need to say I don't currently have access to Photoshop. I'll explain this a lot more in the Ether space this week. But if I could do it in GIMP, but it would take me about 4 hours. So that's unlikely to happen. So I'm pretty much just going to recycle thumbnails I currently have in order to try and get out a decent thumbnail. Because I'd rather all my videos have the right thumbnails. But if I don't have them, I'm not spending 4 hours to make them with GIMP. Anyways, that's why you're getting an E-100 video today. Yeah, that and this thing definitely earns it. Okay, but before we get into the actual gameplay, if you want to talk to me, Facebook, Twitter, and Duckster links are all in the description below. If you don't know what any of those are, then that's fine. You don't have to talk to me on them, or you can Google them and find out. The best way, as always, to support the channel is to like any videos you enjoy. And if you want to support me directly, my Patreon account is also in the description below. If you don't know what that is, then you can either Google it or don't care. That's fine by me. Whatever you want to do. Now, into the actual action. Because finally the E-100 makes it to the enemy team. Okay, so blast it all, that's what I still need to change. Every time I get into the game, I've forgotten that I've left my Sixth Sense thing as that stupid eye. I hate it, but anyways. Always remember in-game, never at a game. Okay, so, moving up, he doesn't want to take damage from this Waffentrager, but he does want to do damage to him. So he's trying to bait the Waffentrager into shooting at a horrible angle, where he knows the Waffentrager's not going to be able to penetrate. Now, he didn't quite realize that the M48 was going to rush out there, so he moved forward to get a clear shot on the Waffentrager, and the M48 jumped out, so he was more or less a reaction shot, but it didn't matter because, well, the M48 couldn't penetrate his front armor at that angle, and he really wouldn't have been able to. Now, the only place that most of these tanks are going to be able to penetrate him is, so I'm going to stop this for a sec. So, most of his tanks, because of the way Ash is angling, which is incredibly awesome, no way they penetrate this. Maybe they penetrate his turret cheeks, and unlikely they penetrate his lower glacis, especially like the IS-3. The M103 might, if he gets the perfect shot in. No way the Patton was going to pen his lower glacis. I don't know what the Patton shot at, but it looks like he shot it here, which is a really not smart move. But this bar up here, if you don't know, this is a hitbox. It's incredibly weak, and it is the best place to pen an E-100 from the front. I am serious. This little, like, add-on, it looks like somebody just slotted a rectangle into the top of the E-100 turret. It's a weak spot. Use it. Aim carefully, take your shots, and make sure they count. This thing is the only part of the E-100 you can reliably penetrate unless you have the penetration to go straight through these turret cheeks. But most people don't. Especially not like a tier 8. And I'm sorry if you can hear some squeaking in the background. That's not in my control. There's a plumber next door in the other apartment, and he is apparently going to town on some pipes. Well, that's a really that's a little bit of overkill. That poor IS-3 was totally dead already. But just to make sure, you had to blow his turret off. You know. This poor ST1. Ooh. Okay, so the ST1 knows what he's doing enough to angle, and Ash didn't quite manage to penetrate his lower glacis. However, it looks like, yes, he is. Is he not? Well, that would be artillery. And of course, artillery is of course looking at us, which is the right target for the artillery to be concentrating on. There's nothing Ash can do about it. He's just going to have to move around and juke backwards and forwards. and hopefully the artillery misses his next shot. But it is a bad shot, so he's going to reload about 30 seconds or so. That particular shot from the STI looked like it penetrated, but all it did was damage Ash's tracks. So he actually left the ST1 for his teammates and pushed on to kill the T-34. The smart decision. There's no point in sticking around trying to kill a tank that 4 other teammates are trying to kill. You're not going to get either you're not going to do any damage to him, or somebody's going to take the kill before you, or whatever. You might as well just push past and find another target. Now, unfortunately, he missed that shot at what was it, the T-54, because it's such a small tank. He managed to miss the shot. That entire shot got eaten by the M113's turret. Things that spin on the side of the tank, the tracks. And this shot should go straight through, unless it moves. Yeah. So the only thing I was worried about that was if Ash had continued to aim at the side of the turret, and the M113 had wiggled his turret, it's possible that he would have achieved an auto bounce angle just through moving his turret around, and Ash would have bounced off. And that would have been really, really awkward. But it didn't happen, because Ash realized what was about to happen and aimed for a different part of his turret. Now, our artillery is dead. Unless he can pull off something spectacular, he has a T-30 coming in on an M41 Bulldog, a T-110 E-5, and there might be something else there. There's no way he lives through that. Now, Ash is ignoring the fact that he's got a T-54 behind him, and he's just going to plow on towards his base. He really does need to get in here soon and either kill one of these guys or blow a track off. So he's got... Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a second. Ash is running in. He knows that this particular shot has to connect, and he knows he only has... Okay, so there's 26 seconds left. If this next shot misses, he has a 17-second reload, which means that Ash needs to fire sometime in the next 6 seconds in order to be able to reload in time and fire another shot. That's all in his mind. In addition, he's already planning what his next shot is going to be. His next shot is going to be high explosive anti-tank. So, he is currently using standard rounds, but as soon as he fires this, his gun is automatically going to switch over to the gold, which is exactly the right move to be doing. Now, the only other thing is potentially he could have some HE here, but there's not really any point. Most likely this shot is going to punch through or at least take a track off, which is what it did. Now he's loading up his heat rounds. He's not worrying about the Bulldog who's harassing him. Bulldog is doing exactly the right move for the Bulldog. Bulldog is trying to harass the side of him. Oh yeah, dead E5. So we're going to stop this for a second again, because as much as Ash is playing this situation perfectly, so is the enemy Bulldog. So the enemy Bulldog was sitting up over here, where he couldn't get shot by any of Ash's teammates, and he was putting shots into the side. He wasn't doing any actual damage. We only have 600 damage from the artillery and 800 from the T-30. So the Bulldog didn't actually do anything to Ash, but he's pissing him off. It's exactly the right move, because if Ash had taken any time away from killing the E5 and the T-30 in order to kill the Bulldog, A, would have taken 2 shots to kill the Bulldog. Not enough health, unless Ash got a stupidly high roll. It would take 2 shots to kill him. And any shots that Ash takes away from the cap right now wouldn't guarantee the loss, but it would go a long way towards guaranteeing the loss. So Ash is doing the right thing, and the Bulldog is doing exactly the right thing. Now, as soon as Ash kills the E5, he knows that it's going to take the T-30 long enough to cap by himself that he can devote some time to the Bulldog. Now, it's not a whole lot. He can probably only fire 1 shot into the Bulldog and maybe push him around a little bit before he needs to get another shot into the T-30. Or he could just focus on the T30. We'll see what he does. He is pushing the Bulldog backwards. And yeah, so he's still ignoring the Bulldog. He's going to let the E5 worry about the Bulldog, and he's going to go worry about the T30. So he doesn't want to approach the T30 straight on, because that's going to get him killed. However, the T30 has managed to put a shot through. Where did the shot go? That's not it. Huh. It's possible that's the shot right there that went through. It doesn't look like a pen. Yeah, it is. It's a pen. Right about there. So that's a penetration shot. So the T30 managed to put a shot through. Now Ash is on 41 health. The Bulldog is dead, finally. But now we have another threat. And the Object 430 doesn't have a whole lot of Ash to shoot at. But he does have enough that Ash is possibly going to die here. Unless he does something really sweet. Now he uses a repair kit to fix his tracks. And he's going to have to get in here. He's just going to plow straight through the building, knowing the T30 is not reloaded. He has the time to aim. Which... Okay, so a lot of people would have charged straight through that building and immediately fired. But Ash knows the T30 just fired. His reload is a lot longer than the time it's going to take Ash to get over there and then aim. So Ash knew he had at least 20 seconds to get over there, aim, and then fire. And it was a really well placed shot, because if that shot missed, T30 probably would have reloaded in time to kill him. Okay, and there's the poor Object 430, who thought he was going to come around behind an E-100 and get him from the back. And that didn't quite work out. So now we have a very interesting problem. So first off, it's really nice to see our teammates talking to each other with respect, and the E5 is complimenting Ash on his play. That's really cool. However, now we have a slight problem, because of course Ash has 41 health. So Ash definitely can't take a shot from the T95. Even if the T95 has an HE round loaded, that's enough to kill Ash right now. Unless his tracks eat the entire thing, which is possible, but not likely. So these two are going to have to move together, and the E5 is going to have to take the first shot if somebody has to take a shot. Or Ash has to use his armor perfectly and hope that the T95 hasn't loaded up an HE round. Right. So our Jagdpanther doesn't want them to go too far from the base. I think that's the wrong call right now, because of the fact that yes, he may be circling, it's true, but it's a T95. He is so incredibly slow that it's not worth it. And if they both, at this point, they're both fast enough to get to the enemy cap and start capping it, that they would be able to outcap the T95 at this point in time. Now, if the T95 jumped to our cap right now, I believe that the two of us jumping, or the two friendly tanks jumping on their cap, would still outcap him. But most likely the T95 is actually just hiding around his base somewhere. Oh no, yeah, he did. He went all the way over there. Okay, well. Oh, and it looks like Ash is actually going to turn around. Come on, you got about 10 seconds to make this choice. Okay. No, they're going to turn around and head back. Okay. Well, this is a little bit of a risky move, because of the fact that obviously these two tanks aren't the fastest in the world. Also, of course, if Ash falls off a cliff wrong, he's going to kill himself. So there's that. So the E5 is talking to Ash as they're going, saying he's just going to reset and then let Ash get there, and then they're going to have to double team this guy. Now, the fact is, most likely the T95 is on full health or close to it, as I haven't seen him most of this game. Yeah, he's on 2/3 health. He's gonna... Ooh. Okay. So, that was completely worth it. The E5 took a shot, lost 800 health, but reset the cap. Now, both of them can make sure that they come in together. Unfortunately, the E5 didn't actually do any real damage to the Team I5. He just reset the cap, so either he had an HE round loaded, or he got unlucky and only tracked him, or damaged the tracks or something like that. So now, these guys are going to have to take advantage of the TD. They're going to have to take advantage of the fact that T95 doesn't have a turret, and they're going to have to pop up. Yep, Ash is going to pop up, knowing the E5 is safe. He's going to fire into the flank of the T95. Oh yeah. They have 3 minutes now. The T95 swings towards Ash, and so basically these guys are going to have to make the TD swing back and forth, and every time he's not facing them, fire into his flank. And that's what they're doing. They're really doing a good job at this. The E5 is pressing up a little bit closer. I'm not certain that's a good idea, but as long as he's got hard cover, and I do mean terrain cover, not just buildings, because if the only cover he has is buildings, then he's going to end up
3 minutes left.
You know, getting them knocked down, and then he's going to be in some trouble. But I'm not certain I like this move right here. But I guess Ash, yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah. These guys should be spreading out as much as possible. Ash needed to keep pushing over this ridge so that the T95 had to swing as far in one direction as possible to be face on with either one of them. Now they're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It is enough time that they can definitely get this done. They only need... Oh, that's bad. However, the upside is Ash has an HE shell loaded. The E5 gave his life to knock the T95 down to 55 health. As long as Ash can put in a decent shot, this game is in the bag. If this shot misses, however, it's going to be a lot harder.
Feuererlaubnis erteilt. Wir haben Sie böse erwischt. Wo sind Sie hin?
You ever get that feeling the world thinks it's just trying to screw you over? I get the feeling Ash is currently very not happy. Oh, and the T95 was looking in this direction, but it doesn't matter. Snapshot from Ash finishes off the game. 4,000 experience with premium, with his daily double, 91,000 credits for that game, and I'm still laughing from that second to last shot there. Ace Tanker, yeah, earned that. Duelist, Fire for Effect, Bruiser, Demolition Expert for the poor IS-3, Shellproof, and Hand of God. And then on the other side, the ones we really wanted to see, the Radley Walters, which I didn't even notice him get, but obviously he did secure. Spartan, yeah, Steel Wall, Defender, High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun is superfluous at this point in time. That was a beautiful game. And notice that every tank he got credit for damaging, he didn't get any spotting damage on anything. It was all actual shots that he put into tanks. And quite a few of them were kills. He's at 1,300 base experience with the E5 that was his partner in crime at the end there. Sacrificed his life to kill the T95. Got 1,100. So these two carried the team. And it wasn't by a little bit either, because the next highest is 700. And it just goes plummets from there. I mean, seriously, like, our E95 did 500 damage. That's what, a shot? 2 shots, maybe. That's one shot from the Centurion that did damage. I just, like, is that Waffentrager off E-100 that did 567 damage? Like, This team! Oh, this team. Okay, now, where are we? Okay. 17 shots fired, 16 direct hits. So almost everything they fired hit the target, some of which didn't go through, but that's okay. As long as he hit the target, it's all good. Can't remember what shot he missed. Oh, is it on the T-54? Maybe. It doesn't matter. It was a beautiful game. I kind of wanted him to get like a splash damage kill on the T-95 at the end there, but oh well. 3,000 damage by armor. That's kind of low, Ash. What were you doing? Obviously, you weren't throwing yourself in front of too many shells, right? And that is beautiful. The fact that he got exactly 100 base capture defense points makes me smile. That was an awesome game. Thank you so much, Ash, for sending it in. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.